What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap show. We got UFC 276. I cannot wait. This fight card is going to be amazing. Probably the best yet all year. We got Israel Adesanya, the current champion right now, versus Jared Cannonier. I think this guy is hungry. He was once a heavyweight, went to light heavyweight. Now he's at middleweight. I think Jared, he's super hungry. I cannot wait for this fight. And then we got Alexander Volkanovsky versus Max Holloway. This is their third fight. I think this is going to be better than the Jared Israel Adesanya fight. I really do. And I watched both the Holloway fights when he fought Alex. I just think Max won the second fight. It was clear to me that Max really controlled the fight. He controlled the boxing. He controlled the stand-up game. And really a couple times, Volkanovsky did not look good. He got hit with a lot of combos from Max. And really, there was one, I think it was the end of the second round, where he dropped to his knee. And I was like, dude, Max, I think he won the fight. I think he got robbed on that fight. I really do. But Holloway, one of my favorite UFC fighters. He's such a legend. Been in the game for over a decade now. He's a vet to me. He's a legend. And I think right here, right now, I think Max Holloway's coming in at plus 165. I wouldn't be mad about, hey, going with the underdog pick here. I really want it. I think Holloway knows what he's up against. I think Volkanovsky's going to have to do something different. I think he wants to take Max down eventually, maybe control him on the cage, something like that, because he doesn't want to stand with Max. I mean, we saw what Max has done in the UFC. Probably the best boxer in the UFC. I mean, we saw that fight where he said that, hey, I'm the best boxer in the UFC, baby, while he's looking away, dodging punches. It's incredible what Max Holloway's done in the UFC. I think, this, if I could go an upset pick, this would be my upset pick here, But I think Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier, I think this is going to be a great fight. Jared's plus 320 right now. Now, these live lines might change come fight time, fight day, but I just think Jared, man, he is hungry. I think if he beats Israel Adesanya, it's the rough way. You're going to have to rough him up. You're going to have to put him against the cage, take him down, do things that Israel Adesanya is uncomfortable with, and that's being controlled, right? Up against the fence, get in the clinch. But I just think Israel Adesanya is too good for this right now. I think his striking's one of the best. Him and Max Holloway, I would say they're in the top 3 of striking, of just being able to do different things, not just throw hands, throw kicks. I think Israel Adesanya is 22-1. I just think, with Izzy right now, it's not even hype anymore. He's super talented, and I think he's really focused. Seems like he's got his head on straight. So I think the only person that can beat Israel Adesanya, obviously, is himself. I guess he did lose to when he went up weight in 205. That really wasn't his weight in the light heavyweight division. But 185, I think it's all day Izzy. I really do. I love Izzy, but, there are weaknesses in his game, and that's wrestling. If the forte or the blueprint to be Israel Adesanya is probably get him on the ground. But it's easier said than done, right? Me to sit up here and say, all you got to do is take him down. It's easier. I'm telling you, it's hard. It's not easy, dude. If UFC was so easy, everybody would be doing it. I mean, dude, these guys are really fighting for everything. But one thing I'm mad about UFC 276 is Misha Tate and Lauren Murphy. The fight is canceled. I'm hearing that. I don't know why it's canceled. I don't know what went down here. I just think for Misha Tate, I was so excited. She has her comeback in the UFC. I wanted to see her fight in this fight. This was a great chance for her, but it's canceled for some odd reason. I don't know what happened. I'm really upset about it. I love Misha Tate. She's been in the UFC for a while. Obviously, she retired for many years, and now she's on the comeback, but I just think, man, dude, why? Why is this fight canceled? I don't understand. It is what it is. And then we got Pedro versus Shane O'Malley. I think O'Malley, dude, he's one of these young stars coming up, and I don't think he's just hype here. He's 15-1. Pedro's 19-7 and 1 no contest. Pedro Mujozos, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name, but I think Pedro, you're going to have to do things that make Sean uncomfortable. I put him up against the cage, take him down, do different things, but I like Sean O'Malley in this matchup. I think his feet, his stand-up games is his strength. I think O'Malley, he is one of those guys that will talk trash to you. We see him celebrate, doing the basketball jumper inside the octagon. I think that's really funny, dude. I do. I like it. I'm not even a hater of that. I think Sean O'Malley, what's his next move after this fight? I think he deserves a title shot at least soon, right? I really do. So Sean O'Malley, one of the young UFC stars coming up. He's on the main card. I can't wait, dude. I think, his combinations are sick, dude. They really are. And I remember watching a fight card. I believe he was on a fight card when McGregor and Poirier fought last summer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he really tore this dude up. Was just piecing him up. Maybe it was a fight before that, but I like Sean O'Malley. I don't have any beef with him, so I like him to beat Pedro in this fight. And then we got Robbie Lawler, man. He's such a UFC legend. He's a vet. He went down to prelims. Now he's back in the UFC main event. I think that's kind of disrespectful for, the UFC and Dana White to even consider putting Robbie Lawler under the main card in the prelims. If I'm Robbie Lawler, I'm saying, dude, you know what, UFC, I'm out, dude. I've been in the UFC fight game for years, dude. He's 29-15 and won no contest. He's had so many fights under his belt. Yeah, remember when he fought Nick Diaz, right? Dude, I just think, man, Robbie Lawler, there's nothing to hang your hat on, dude. For as long as he's lasted in the UFC, he's such a legend. He's a Hall of Famer in my book, dude. He's been there and done that, but I think the guy he's fighting, Brian, 17-8. He's nice as well. I think this is really a coin flip fight. Which fighter's going to come out more hungry is going to win this fight, but I'm going to roll with Robbie Lawler. I think he's got something to prove, and I think he's upset about, first being under the prelims, and now he's in the main card. So I think that's just really a slap in the face, but it's just that is just crazy to me. But let's go to the Alexander Volkanovsky versus Max Holloway. I think this is going to be the best fight of this card of UFC 276. I really do. I think these two guys, they know each other. They've been inside the octagon twice with each other, so there's nothing new that we're going to see. I just think for Max Holloway to get the job done, you're going to have to knock him out. And yes, I understand that Max Holloway doesn't have huge power hands, but he's got quick hands and he can hit you with crazy combos. I think Max Holloway, he's got to go to the gut more. Yes, his combinations are crazy to the face. I think, Max, work his body. Work Alexander's body first, dude. Break it from within. So I think the first 2 rounds, I want to see leg kicks. I want to see big punches to Alexander Volkanovski's stomach, dude. You got to wear him down. And then in the later rounds, 3, 4, and 5, when he's fatigued, when Max Holloway's still going, still getting that volume, he has great cardio. When he's throwing those crazy combinations, dude, it's like, dude, how can you stop that? I think Max Holloway, this is his fight for the taking here, because I don't think he's going to get another opportunity with Alexander Volkanovski. Obviously, this is their 3rd fight, so I don't think there's going to be a 4th fight together. But, Holloway, 23-6 in the UFC, former champion, dude. He's a legend. Obviously lost the first one. I do believe Max won the 2nd fight, but I just, looking at these 2 fighters, man, this is going to be awesome. Now, Volkanovski, if he wants to win, he's got to mix it up a little bit, maybe attempt some takedowns here. He does not want to stand with Max Holloway. That's a disadvantage. If you're going to stand with Max Holloway for 5 rounds, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a good story. It isn't, dude. I mean, we look at Max Holloway. We remember he fight Brian Ortega. He really destroyed Ortega, dude. His face was busted up. Just the crazy combinations and the cardio. I think Max Holloway, you got to put the volume on Alexander the whole fight. From first round to 5th round, you got to put it on. This is a championship fight. This is for everything, for all the marbles. So, and I know a lot of sports bettors, they are going with Alexander, but I'm telling you right now, if there was an upset pick on this card, it would be this fight. It would be Max Holloway. It really would, dude. He's experienced. He's been in the game, and I'm telling you, he's going to know when he wants to shoot for the takedown. He's going to know when he's going to throw the overhand right. He's going to know these things. I think Max Holloway's going to come prepared, and I think if Max wins, it's going to be via TKO or knockout. That's how it's going to be, or it's going to be just a dominant fashion for Max Holloway. That's what it has to be for Max Holloway, because he understands, look, let's say Alexander does lose this fight, he can always come back and get a rematch, or, he can do that. He's the champion, though. So Max Holloway's got something to prove here. And let's say Max Holloway does lose this fight, nothing to hang his hat on. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. He's kind of a household name, in my opinion, in the UFC. Everybody knows of Max Holloway. All the way back when I first saw Max Holloway fight, it was actually against Conor McGregor. I think this was back in 2013, 14 time. And I saw these 2 guys fight, and I'm just like, wow. And there were even combinations that Holloway threw on McGregor where it was like, oh, wow. But McGregor ate him, but it was just like, dude, oh my gosh. Dude, these combinations, dude, more combinations than from McDonald's, dude. It's insane to me. So I like Holloway with the upset. But I really do. I like Sean O'Malley. I like Robbie Lawler. And then obviously the champion, Israel Adesanya versus Jared. I really like Izzy in this fight. I think Jared, if he wins this fight, it's going to be knockout. You're going to have to get into Israel Adesanya. You're going to have to try different things because if you're going to keep a distance from Israel Adesanya and fight his fight, it's over with. It's gonna be a doom, dude. You cannot do that. You cannot fight Israel Adesanya's fight because if you play into his fight, when Izzy keeps the distance and throws crazy leg kicks, throws crazy punches, and keeps his distance, hits and moves, while you're just kind of on the outside looking in. I think Jared Cannonier, he understands that I gotta get into Izzy. I gotta get into his chest. I gotta push him against the cage. I gotta do things that he's not comfortable with of doing. That's what you have to do to beat Izzy. But like I said, it's easier said than done. But I like Israel Adesanya, man. I think he's the champion minus 390, which is, to me, I thought it would be at least minus 400, up in the 400s. I think come fight time, when a lot of the money's thrown on Izzy instead of Jared, I think that narrative's going to change just a little bit. But, everybody has a puncher's chance. Jared Cannonier, he does have knockout power. And one thing about him that I've seen in his fights, he's hungry, dude. He's hungry. You can tell. Every fight he goes into, he's hungry, dude. And some of these cats, when they get hurt, they're done. They tap. No, Jared Cannonier, dude, he is hungry, man. He will get knocked down, but he'll get up. He will, dude, and I see the hunger in his eyes. He even called out that title fight, when Dana was watching his fight. He's like, it's me next. It's me. He's hungry, dude. He needs this, man, and his story's crazy, man. It's incredible from really just, hey, I'm going to do what I'm destined to do is fight. It's go in the fight game, and I think Jared Cannonier, man, he's nothing to be taken lightly with, dude. He has that one knockout power. He really does, and I think Israel Adesanya understands that, and to keep away from the distance, from the overhand rides, the strong punches, and stick and move for Izzy. So I'm going to go Izzy in this fight. So Izzy, and then I even like a 2-fight parlay. I like Israel Adesanya, and I understand a lot of people are like, Cat, don't do it, but I'm telling you, Max Holloway. I think Max Holloway is really this guy to do it, dude. I really do. I think he's going to keep this fight standing. Max Holloway's got good takedown defense, and I understand that he's going to, Alexander's going to come in with a different game plan here. He's going to want to hug him a little bit, put him up against the cage, get in the clinch, and I think Max Holloway wants to stand with this guy, obviously, right? He's going to want to keep his distance as well, but he wants to press him, and I think that's what Max Holloway does. He has volume, dude. He has one of the best cardios in the UFC, so Max Holloway's not going to be tired in the 4th and 5th round, okay? Unless he's been getting ground and pound every single round, which I don't think is going to happen. But I think Max Holloway, great cardio. So I think Max is really going to take over here. I really do, dude. So I can't wait for this fight. Alexander, he's the champion, but I think he's going to get defeated UFC 276 this weekend. I really do. It's going to be iconic. I cannot wait. So I got Izzy, Max Holloway on a little 2-fight parlay. And then if you guys want to go crazy on a 3-fight parlay, throw in Shane O'Malley. So, so many options here, right, to do the fight parlays, which are tough, but it's more money for your bank. So I think that's great, but I cannot wait, baby. UFC 276 is going to be iconic, baby. It's the Cloud with Cav show. Let's go!